I know we have a lot of new people, and he hasn't been around for the last few months, so you'll have a lot of new people here today. So our next speaker is Bruce Thompson. Like he said, he's a Marine Corps veteran. It sounds like just 10 years retired now, and now he's a transition coach. So we're gonna listen to him and all of his good advice that he has here today.
Well, it's always great to come talk to the group. Uh,
Mhm.
I am a retired Marine Corps Master Sergeant. I was one of those ones that um, lived by the military notion of grow where planted, which meant even though I started as a truck driver who moved into maintenance admin, who did electronics maintenance, logistics manager, first sergeant, government travel charge card coordinator, EKMS, and about 1,000 other things all blended together. I got out and had that, what do I do now? Like, who am I? What do I want to do? Where do I want to live? All those questions that we all go through. So with that, I found that first job, military headhunting firm, awesome. And it didn't last but about a month because it wasn't right for me. And then it came back to, okay, let me really rethink the transition plan I had because the one I had didn't work. So over the last decade, I have been in the military veteran transition space from teaching the Department of Labor employment workshops as part of the TAP program to building nonprofits that focused on um, helping people understand the process earlier and better to have a smoother transition, avoid some of the pitfalls that many of us fall into. I've been a mentor on Veterati, Mill Mentor, worked with ACP, um, and it's just amazing the number of resources that are out there once we dig past the basics. So, with that said, I do work at the Wounded Warrior Project, which is an amazing organization. I've been an alumni member for a decade. I've been a career coach with them for about 8 months now. Absolutely love my job. I tell people all the time I get to come to work and do what I do. Um, but a lot of people have a misconception about who we are, what we do. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and kind of go over the program overview. And then I'm going to go back and kind of talk about my program and one other program that really gets a lot of people interested in how to get signed up. First thing I'll remind everybody is everything that Wounded Warrior Project offers is 100% free. We'll never charge you a dime. We'll never ask for anything. Maybe a survey feedback every now and then, but it's all about paying it forward and helping to empower the community. So with that, I'm going to share my screen.
Is anybody in here already? Oh goodness, sorry. Is anybody in here already a part of Wounded Warrior Project? Put a two in the chat if you guys are already signed up and using them for some kind of one of their services. I'm curious. Just Jeffrey?
Yes, me and Jeffrey are working together. Yeah,
Oh,
but
amazing.
that just means there's more opportunity for more of you to join and work with me or one of our other coaches that are located across the country, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So, as we talk about Wounded Warrior Project, the thing that it's really amazing of where we are, but where we came from. Our founders came out and said a lot of individuals are hurt. They're getting medevaced out of the OIF, OEF theater and to Germany, then back to Walter Reed. So what little things can we do to assist them? So they came up with the backpack. It was a basic backpack, and it didn't look as cool as the Wounded Warrior one you see here. It was weather backpacks they could get their hands on, and then it was toiletries. Because a lot of these individuals didn't bring their packs with them. It was, flown out from the battlefield, maybe a sweatshirt, sweatpants, just the bare minimum. So it's like, what little things can we put in these backpacks to just be a gesture of good faith that they weren't forgotten, that they still mattered, and it was just something that they could put their hands on, and be more than just you know hospital linens, hospital socks, those hospital gowns that we all love. So it was something just to get them started. Well, from there, we became a 501(c)(3). We are one of the larger nonprofits. Go and fight for benefits, fight for our warriors, family members, everything they have. As it says, our mission is simple: to honor and empower wounded warriors. When we talk about wounded warriors, I will tell you, none of us go through a 1 to 40 year career without having some type of injury or wound. So this does not mean you have to be missing limbs, blown up, whatever injuries you have, it counts part of that wounded warrior. And again, our vision is to foster the most successful, well-adjusted generation of wounded service members in our nation's history. You know, we we are doing everything we can for the post 9/11 veteran era to be empowered, to understand what's out there available for them, and find ways that we can help move them forward in whatever they deem to be their next chapter, what they look for in success. We talk about who we serve. We serve post 9/11 veterans, currently serving service members, and their families. If you're wearing the uniform right now, you are eligible to sign up. If you're a post 9/11 veteran, you're eligible to sign up. If you are a spouse, you're eligible to sign up. When you sign up as an alumni member, you can put 3 family support members onto your account. Family support member can be anyone that you designate that is 18 years of age or older. It could be your adult children, spouse, best friend, mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, whoever. We do not dictate who your 3 family support members are. And once they're on your account, they can sign up for a lot of the same programs that we offer to you. When we talk about how we serve, we talk about provide, advocate, and collaborate. We have so many different programs, and I'll go over those on the next few slides. But it's about getting people back out and active within their community. When we take that uniform off for the last time, we move away from the base. A lot of times we lose our sense of identity, we lose the community that we're so used to, and it really kind of puts us in a bad position. So we have all kinds of programs that help get you back out and active. And so we'll talk about those. When we talk about our programs, they usually fit into one of these 5 categories: getting you connected with others, talking about your mental or physical health, financial wellness, and independence. So as we talk about these next couple of slides, we'll really dive into what different programs we have. And once we get through this, please make some notes. Happy to do a Q&A at the end. Connection. This is probably, I call it the fun team to be a part of, the fun activities to do. Our alumni program, they will host different events throughout the country. I've done quite a few of these as an alumni member myself. I've thrown axes. I've gone to sporting events. We did go-karts. We've done fishing events, movie premieres, you name it. There's a date night charcuterie board that was done right before Christmas. There's all these different events that hit a full spectrum of what people might be interested in doing. And it's all about getting you out and engaged and active with other warriors, family members in your local region. Again, it's all free. Sometimes it's a multiple day event where we'll cover travel expenses. Sometimes it's just a couple hour event. Most of the time, if you're going to one of these events, there's going to be snacks, maybe lunch or dinner, depending on what it is. We do not do alcohol related events. Our resource center. This is one of those ones, you're looking for a resource, you call it the resource center. They have a database that is wow when it talks about what's out there available to you and how they can help get you connected to it. Our peer support programs, this is not a mental health thing. This is just local veterans, putting together different sessions to just have conversations. I would tell you, you get a couple of veterans together, we start talking about war stories, we talk about struggles. It is probably the best thing for our mental health, but it's not in a mental health environment or scenario. So those are some really great events to participate in, and it's kind of your foot in the door to what does Wounded Warrior Project really do? Do I fit in? How do I fit in? And how do I get started? Government affairs. We are on the Hill all the time, lobbying for the benefits, for added benefits to make sure that we are all taken care of. This is something where I'm not very good at this team, but we have some amazing people that are government affairs, that are in the lobbyist legislative um, sector that are fighting for us. You'll see our CEO and some of our other directors, programs, C-suite individuals testifying before Congress on a regular basis, talking about the real needs of our warriors. We partner with many different nonprofits, uh, local military veterans organizations, local military bases, installations, and programs that are just there trying to give back. We we support and fund some. We are getting support and funded by others. It's one of those 360 of we all help each other. So if you're getting out and you're happen to be one of these programs and you're saying, hey, how can I get involved and do more? Let's talk about community partnerships. Let's talk about how we can engage, get different organizations working together. All right, now the fun part. We've been PTing for our entire careers, and then we get out and we decide we don't know where our PT gear is and we don't want to go to the gym anymore. We get a little frustrated after doing that, and we say we want to re-engage. So, no matter what level of physical injury you have, we have adaptive sports programs. I will tell you, I've done yoga with a double amputee beneath the knee. That man had me like sweating. I couldn't keep up. He was going so much faster than I could. Um, so, whatever your limitations are, there are different plans that help you get through those. We actually have physical health and wellness um, team members. They're certified um, of course, I'm blanking, personal trainers. So they can run you through different programs. We actually have a 2.5 day event where you can sign up and actually go to a certain location with a group of about 15 to 20 other warriors. And it talks nutrition, it talks fitness. It is not a 2.5 day, workout boot camp. There's some working outs that you do, but it's more about the holistic what activities can you do, how do you do them. I went to it, life changing. Really loved it. And then we have Soldier Ride. So you get that picture of everybody on different types of bicycles. Uh, they do these around the country. Uh, some are a 1 day event, some are like up to a 4 day event. But it's getting people together to go on different bike rides. You're in different parts of the country. Uh, it's interacting with everybody on the ride, the supporters, the different organizations that come out to support. It's really cool. I'm working on uh, my stationary bike to get myself conditioned so I can go do one of these. But I've never heard anyone complain about the experience they've had with the Soldier Ride. As we talk about mental health, mental wellness, again, none of us served and did not come away without something that we need to talk about. So as we look at those three different levels, I'll start at the bottom and work my way up. The talk team is you basically talking with an accountability partner. Well, they'll call you every 2 to 4 weeks. You'll set goals. They'll kind of talk, how are we doing this goals? Did you get out and do this? We talked about X. Have you done that yet? So it's someone who's really helping you. It's not just um, random conversation. It's kind of focused to help you get to where you want to be to move forward in your goal completion. Uh, and again, goals change as you decide, well, I thought I was going to do X. No, I want to do Y. Great. Let's create a new goal and work towards that. So it's really a great accountability partner for you. And if you're someone who doesn't have your own kind of team, it's someone who can call and check in on you so you just don't feel like you're lost in the sauce by yourself. Project Odyssey. Well, let's talk about going out and doing some outdoor adventure, um, where whether it's whitewater rafting, whether it's rope courses, whether it's being out in the middle of the woods in North Carolina or Colorado, but you're put out there with another team and you're going through some type of scenario that tests your limits, your skills, and then you get put back in a group session to talk about it. And that's I want to say it's like a 4 day in-person event with follow-up for the other 11 weeks. So super cool to do. Usually it's some planning on when you can go, what window is there, which project IC is right for you. We have those male only, uh, female only, and then couples based. So different opportunities. We talk Warrior Care Network. We have different treatment programs where it is diving headfirst into the mental health to get you where you need to be. Because a lot of times we're not in a place that we're ready to do any of the other things. We have to address our mental health first. So as we talk about those things, as we figure out where we are, how to get there, this is where our great mental health comes in. Uh, we have some of the best mental health counselors that will work with you. Really recommend that program. I tell you, I wish when I was going through my struggles, I would have paid attention and known about it and taken advantage of it. But we all have to go through that, um, but we don't have to go through it alone. As we talk about our independence program, this really starts talking about those warriors who are not capable of doing all the day-to-day activities and requirements on their own. They require some level of full-time assistance. So our independence team and our complex critical care coordinators work with these individuals, their family members, their medical teams to figure out what can we do to help them uh, to have some sense of independence. For some, it's getting out of a wheelchair and getting back in. For others, it's simply being able to dress themselves on their own. But it's a program where if we have someone who is severely ill, injured, or wounded, that really helps them to really feel that they have some level of self-reliance, vice always feeling like they're being um, babied or having to be helped with every single thing, because that's a horrible place to be. So giving them any level of independence really changes their mindset and outlook on life. Financial wellness. So this is the program that I'm a part of. So we have the financial readiness program, financial education, emergency financial assistance. We can help with creating a budget, how to do savings, debt management, all the long-term planning. And then we talk about our benefits. Wounded Warrior Project has our own VSOs. They help you with your VA disability claim. Again, we will never charge you a penny. All of our VSOs have gone through probably 2 to 3 years at the VA as a VSO first. They come to us well educated on all of the ins and outs of the program. They will make sure that every disability you have is filed, and they will make sure that you go through that step. And they can also see where your case is. So if you have not started your VA disability claim and need assistance, I will tell you that's the only VSO I recommend. And I will also tell you, if you filed your claim and you think you're not rated where you should be, come talk to us. We can do a review and submit a secondary claim. Then we'll talk Warriors to Work. I'm going to skip this one right now because once we get done with this brief, I'm going to really talk about what we do and how we can work with you on your career aspects. All right. So as we talk about that, we've got the QR code up there, talk about how to register with us. Again, it's absolutely free. Getting registered unlocks all kinds of programs and services that you've earned through your service. So please take advantage of it. Get registered. Uh, with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right. So as we come back here and talk, I want to talk about Warriors to Work. Warriors to Work is all about helping you, whether you're trying to start a business, whether you're trying to do VR&E, whether you're trying to just find your next career. We have about 30 coaches located all across the country. We help you from career exploration. Who are you? What do you want to do? And how do I go about getting there? We do resumes. We do interview prep. We talk about networking, social media. We talk mentorship. Uh, we do job leads. We host different virtual events and in-person events that put you in front of employers or with subject matter experts that are talking about different programs or aspects of the employment journey. Again, all of this is completely free. We are another partner to have in your corner. We are not a placement service. We don't have a drawer of jobs to hand out. But what we do have is each of us are very connected in our regions. So say, hey, I want to work at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. I can connect you directly with the military recruiter, with their senior HR rep, and we can make sure that you understand what's going on. Whether it's the Norfolk Grumman's, the GE Unisons, Civic, the federal contractors, all of that, everybody in our regions, we have that list of people. And if we don't have it, we reach out to our network and say, hey, who do you know that will do a conversation with a warrior who's looking for work? Because that networking, those referrals really is what changes your landscape when we're talking about the employment process. As we talk, what's available to you. Step one is getting you registered with Wounded Warrior Project. Once you submit your registration, what I will tell you right now in the chat, I'm going to drop my LinkedIn profile. So I encourage you to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Once you send me a connection request, shoot me a message saying, Bruce, I was on the presentation with you, interested in getting registered for Wounded Warrior. Or, hey, I submitted my registration, would like to work with a coach with benefits. Once you're in there and approved, I can go put a referral into any of our programs for you, but it's helping you understand where you are, what's going on. Uh, I know Seven Eagle team is doing an amazing job of helping you with resumes, with networking and all this. We are just another resource to have and to work with you moving forward. All right, with that said, I just dropped a bunch of knowledge on you in the last like 30 minutes. I would love to open it up to any questions and just kind of do that. Again, I've been in this space for 10 years. I was once in your shoes, getting out, not really sure where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. So by all means, come off mute, ask a question, drop it in the chat if you're shy. Uh, Let me know what I can do to help you out.
Yeah, 100%. If you guys have questions, go ahead and raise your hand. Bruce has so much knowledge, and I have firsthand experience of him helping me out as well. So ask your questions away. Mateus, go ahead.
Howdy, Bruce. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Oh, yeah, I got a question for the VA benefit claim. You mentioned if you're not at where you think you are, because I'm still waiting for my results. Just like anxious about it. You said like y'all will file up another, like y'all will do your own like inspection, or y'all will like kind of file like some sort of repeal to the VA.
So let's not talk appeals because now we're talking legal and everything else. So once you get your initial rating back, so if you're already working with the VSO, you have your claim filed and you're just waiting for it returned. because you can't get your rating until you're officially a veteran. And if you did your BDD, you'll usually get it within that first 2 weeks of officially becoming a veteran. Uh, Once you get that rating, so you come back out, they rated you at 40%. And you're like, absolutely not. You're going through your ratings of, hey, I filed sleep apnea and you denied it. Or, hey, I talked about I have knee conditions, shoulder conditions, and you rated me at 10%. I really think that's low. Whatever it happens to be. Or I worked with the VSO who told me I could only file 10 items. Some do that because they're lazy. It's wrong, but unfortunately, that's what some of these individuals do. We don't have that problem. If you have 100 disabilities, we will help you file 100 disabilities. So when you get that back, you're like, this isn't right. You go back in, you file your intent to file again, because that will restart your clock. You do that on the VA website. Then you come out, whether you reach out to our resource center and ask for it, whether you shoot me a message, we put a referral into the benefits team. Our coordinator will come, get the information needed. Then they will assign you to an actual VSO. That VSO is going to look over your current claim. They have access in the system. They will see where your claim currently is, what you filed for, where you're rated, and then they're going to have a conversation with you just like it was initial. Are there new claims that you want to file? Is there something that you feel needs to be reevaluated? And what they'll end up doing is helping you file a second claim, not a secondary claim, but a completely new second claim. And that's where, when all that goes through, you'll have to go through the whole process again. It's a little bit longer because it's not the BDD process, you fall back in line. But because it's within your first year out, everything is service connected, is assumed to be service connected, and they will go through and work that process. And once you get your rating, once you do your intent to file, it will all get backdated to the day you put your intent to file in. And our VSOs can help you with that entire process. But it's one of those ones, if you currently have one, we need to wait until it comes back to see where you're at. But I will tell you, the second it comes back and it's not where you think it is, or you think you need to file a second claim, do that intent to file on the VA website and then reach out so we can get you assigned to a VSO so you can have these conversations.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good question. I had a question actually. So my VSO wasn't very helpful. And so I ended up doing mine on my own, and I ended up not being able to do the BDD because it had been so long that I've been trying to work with my VSO. It went past the 90 days. Do you know approximately how long after my date of separation I'd be receiving my claim? It's not BDD. I still did it around the 90-day mark out, but it's just not a BDD.
So with that, there's so many different things that come into play.
Okay.
How many claims did you file? When did you get your CP
Mm-hmm.
exams done? What region are you in? Because every region has different case caseloads.
Okay.
Some are quicker than others. If it's straightforward, where there's no real questions or concerns about it, it could happen within 60 days. Like me personally, uh, I fired 3 VSOs and ended up doing it on my own. I couldn't do a BDD because I was going through so many surgeries and medical on my way out the door that I had to wait
Mm.
until all that was done. And I think mine 60 to 75 days after I filed it is when it came back. So, and I
Okay.
think I filed like 21 different claims. Uh, I'll tell you, if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have filed like 50 different things. But we don't know, we don't know. And luckily
Yep.
for me, mine came back at 100% P&T from the start, so I didn't do a secondary claim, a second claim, or anything of that nature.
So should we message or get in contact with one of the Wounded Warrior Project VSOs the day after we get that claim? We get it, we're not happy with it. The next day, should we be messaging?
No, same day. If you get it, you're not happy
Okay.
with it, same day.
Yeah.
Hopefully you already registered beforehand.
Hmm.
So you already register, start working with one of the career coaches, and you get your disability claim rating back and say, hey, this isn't where I think it should be. You tell your coach can put that referral in for you, and then that will go through again. Make sure you file that intent to file so your date
Mhm.
starts right away. Um, Not all coaches will tell you this because not all of our coaches are veterans. We have some that have been in talent acquisition, the HR space for decades. Some of us are veterans who have also been in the talent acquisition HR space, but we all have that different knowledge base, knowledge set.
Mhm.
So keep that in your notes right there. If I'm not happy with my rating, file a intent to file same day, and then you'll go through and ask for a benefits referral from your career coach.
Got it. Thank you. Stephen, you can go ahead with your question.
Uh, yes, sorry about that. I have two questions for you, sir. Thank you for the presentation today. I caught a little bit of it, but I'm actually going to meet with the Virginia Department of Veteran Services next Tuesday, and I was wondering, and actually my wife was wondering this as well. After we go meet them, would you recommend meeting another VSO after that meeting? Because I'm hearing they do certain things or they don't do certain things. Would that be good to talk to another VSO before you submit a BDD?
So what I would tell you, when you choose your VSO, I would choose them the same way that you would choose a financial advisor. Have and whatever reason, I always do it in groups of three. I talk to three different individuals. I have those conversations because you should not go through a VSO if you don't feel comfortable with them. Your VA rating is what unlocks all the different level of benefits that you'll have, that your family will have. It unlocks the VA disability compensation. So we're talking about your money. So if you have someone that you're not feeling comfortable with, that you don't think is going to give you the appropriate attention and care, you should not work with them. You should just run away from them. When you talk to VSOs, you can go on to you can just Google VA accredited veteran service organizations. If they're not on the list, run away from them. I will tell you, do not go to a claim shark. If they're charging you to do your initial claim, run away from them. They're just going to steal a good percentage of your money and do something that a regular VSO who is accredited will do for you absolutely free. Anything that you do when it comes to your benefits, to your disability claim, you are your own best advocate. If you don't talk about what is really hurting you, what you've gone through, and you're not open and honest, you're going to be rated lower than you should be. You're going to miss out. So this is where we have to, you know, push our egos to the side and talk about what actually is ailing us. I went through my CMP exams. I was blind. I had no idea what I was doing. I was extremely lucky that I had two retired Navy captains that did my musculoskeletal and internal medicine exams. So when I started doing my range of motion for my musculoskeletal issues, I was going to do the full range of motion, whether it hurt or not. But luckily, the doctor stopped me and said, "You winced." I'm like, "I don't understand what you're saying." He's like, "When you feel pain, you stop moving." I'm like, "Oh, I was about to do a 360 and you got me at about 30 degrees of range of motion vice me doing the whole thing and just being in pain." So education about what the process is, how it works, is very important. I will tell you, we all have a different level of injuries. You don't need to lie and create things that you don't have because we all have enough injuries uh, that being honest will get you the rating that you deserve. Not everybody is going to be 100%. Uh, I would tell you, I would much rather be 0% and have my full range of motion and be healthy. But I went through, 1,500 plus pages of medical records by the time I retired. Um, my injuries forced me to retire. So understanding that level is what's really important to you to get the benefits that you deserve.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And the last question is, I actually want to become a VSO myself when I move back to Columbus, Ohio, as I'm also about to become a JROTC instructor. does the Wounded Warrior Project offer any type of training for VSO that want the people who want to be VSOs, or do you have any type of connections?
So we do not. What I encourage you to do is talk to accredited VSOs, really talk to the VA. There is different programs that the VA had. It was a skill bridge back in the day. I forget, like War Talk or something. But you went through that program, and at the end of it, you became it was either GS7 or GS9, but you were either a claims rater or administrator. So you're the ones who actually processed it all. So that was the program into it. And most people did that for 2 to 3 years, and then they moved on to another organization. It's how they got their foot started.
Yeah, great questions. Mateus, you can go back ahead.
Yeah, sorry to pop up. I used to maybe like think of another question. You said you couldn't do BDD because you had other stuff going on.
Yeah, so your BDD used to be done usually within, I think it's the 120 to 180 day mark. Well,
Mhm.
for me, um, when I should have gone on terminal, I instead had a surgery that put me in the hospital. Uh, so by the time I was done with the hospital with the convalescent leave, I was within 30 days of my retirement date. So I wasn't able to file a BDD because of the timeline, but I did file, I want to say, um, either 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after I was officially retired, and it still came back in like 60 to 75 days for me.
Okay, yeah, because my VSO just kind of like he's like, oh, it doesn't really matter if you have other stuff going on right now. You just upload that later as
Yeah,
like you get through it. So
yeah, and I would tell you when you get your appointments, once you file your claim, sometimes the VA will make your appointments for you without asking or checking your
yeah.
schedule. Um, I laugh. I've gotten letters in the mail talking about my appointment that happened the week before. But luckily, if you're on the My Health eVet, you can log on and see all your appointments. And I'll tell you, I love the VA. I do all of my medical, dental, hearing, and vision through them. I have the best doctor, primary care doctor ever. I can do secure messaging back and forth with my team, whether that's my primary care, mental health, or specialty clinics. I can do my prescription refills. They actually text me saying, "Hey, it looks like your prescription, starting with the first three letters, is ready to be refilled. Do you want to refill?" I reply yes, and it automatically sends that to me. Um, I can go back in there and request appointments without having to call anybody, all on the website. So there's a lot of horror stories about the VA. Not all VAs are equal. Different regions have different things, but I absolutely love my VA healthcare team. And yes, I have TRICARE, but I haven't been to my TRICARE doctor in probably 5 years. So
Wow.
go to the VA, use the system, understand whether you're 100%, everything's paid for you. If you're lower, go to the VA for everything that you're rated for, because any medication or other needs with that are going to come to you for free.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, great questions, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back, Bruce. It sounds like that's what we needed. Somebody said they have a CMP exam tomorrow, so it sounds like you came at the perfect time. So we really appreciate you.
So what I will tell you when it comes to your CMP exams, understand the disability beneficiary questionnaires. Those
Mhm.
are the tests, the questions that are um, going to be asked. So I went into my appointments blind because I didn't know, because no one talked to me about that. Or if they did, I was just so stressed that I didn't recall it or listen. So go through, uh, just Google VA DBQ. You get that list, and you put down, okay, I want to talk about musculoskeletal, or I want to talk about internal medicine, whatever it happens to be. At least that way, when you go into your appointment, you are read ahead. You have an idea of what questions are going to be asked. And if you're going for your mental health appointment, I cannot tell you how important it is for you to understand the process and what's going to be asked. Uh, that was my worst appointment ever because I was already in a bad space and because I didn't understand the process and what was being asked and how to answer it. It really came back where I was vastly underrated
Mm.
for my PTSD. So ask the questions. Uh, it's not really coaching you through it. It's just making you aware of how and what to expect. It's nothing like getting the test before the answers to the test before you take the test, right? So go through and do that. And then the CFR 38 is your friend. It will actually explain how you will be rated for each of the conditions.
Let me know if you guys want me to drop either of those in the chat, and I can as well. I have them on my computer. Bruce actually helped me out with that, so I can help you guys in it. Link those in the chat if need be. It also, another on the mental health thing, it felt very weird in the CMP exams to just talk about the bad things, because I know all of us are used to being like, oh, this is bad, but I'm okay. So they know you're okay sometimes. You're there to talk about the times that it is the worst. So remember that. Monique, go ahead.
Hi, Bruce. I have a question for you. Thank you for your time today coming on Seven Eagle. For the mental health CMP, um, I did my CMP before I got out. And so I got my medical records as I was out processing, and I went through them and I saw that the Veteran Evaluation Services had made comments, like I specifically was looking at that piece, like the PTSD and mental health piece, and the rater put a phrase in there like hard to differentiate between what like a TBI or depression or anxiety, hard to differentiate those. So if they put a phrase like it's hard to differentiate how one is affecting the other, from your experience, do you think that they would basically say, well, that's not uh, rated? Or because it seemed like the way he phrased it was more of like, well, we can't determine um,
So
which one caused which condition is based off what. And I kind of, because I got the copies of that and I was like, that doesn't sound good. Because at the end they'll kind of put like they'll will agree with the um the evidence and their examination, and then they'll put yes diagnosis, but on other ones it's kind of like they kind of leave it like more vague. And so I don't know if you had that kind of phrase in yours. I was kind of worried
so
about
what I want to go back, I know we're talking VA and I'm talking from my personal experience. I am not a VSO. I never have been. I'm just someone who had to do it on my own. So I can't answer that question for you because I don't know. But what I will do is tell you to go back to your VSO and ask those questions because they can give you a better idea of what that means or how that can be interpreted. I don't have that answer. Sorry.
But you can go to Wounded Warriors and get a VSO from there, and they can help you.
Absolutely.
Jeffrey, go ahead.
Hey Bruce, how you doing?
Good, Jeff. How are you today?
I'm good. Hey, I got a question for you that I met with someone yesterday and they actually shared this information. I just wanted to fact check it with you or see if you're familiar with it. Have you ever heard of a Chapter 31 VOC rehab that affords transitioning service members up to 4 months of BAH while they're transitioning, job searching, etc.? Have you heard anything? If that's fact or fiction?
I do not know. Again, that's going to be the voc rehab program.
Okay.
That's where you talk to your voc rehab counselor. Um, but I will say is when we talk about voc rehab, VR and E, uh, the E is not education. The E is employment. So if you're talking about going to VRNE counselor and submitting that application, make sure that you're tying the degree path that you're going after to an employment. I need this degree because it is required for me to get gainfully employed in this career field. If you go through and say, I want to go to college to get my degree because I think it would be cool to have a degree, more than likely you will be denied. But when you go back through and you tie the education to a employment outcome, that is how you're going to have success when you talk to your VD counselor.
Okay, thank you.
Good questions, guys. Thank you so much for coming, Bruce. I really appreciate it. It was great to have you back.
No, it's my pleasure. Love to come back. Love to have the conversations. Again, I dropped the registration link for Wounded Warrior in the chat. Get registered. Submit that request. You have my LinkedIn URL. Reach out to me. Let me know what I can do to help you out. I work in the Northeast Florida. Most of the cases I have where I'm helping people with their career search are in Florida, but I can still put referrals in to coaches no matter where you happen to be located. I'm working with Jeff and he wants to hang out in Germany. So again, we can work around that. I'm kind of the quick button to get that referral put in there for you and kind of put a case note in there so your coach is right into who you are, where you're at, and we get that process started for you. Again, I love what I get to do. Wounded Warrior Project is an amazing organization. So reach out, get enrolled, attend the alumni events. Just be active in your transition. Be active in finding that new group. So again, you can find me on LinkedIn. I appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Maybe they'll let you out for dinner. But
Have a wonderful